Suddenly focused national
Morning, Horace. Morning. Looks like a promising day. Yes, I'll put you out in the ledge when the sun works its way round there. Who's a good fellow? Now, let's see what's going on in the world outside. Hello. What's number 68 up to? Painting his front door again. Oh, good. Here comes a postman. Just turned the corner. Back in a jiff, Horace. The sun is shining and skies are blue. Life is wonderful when...
Mr. Busby, just the person I want to see.
Good morning, Miss Peebles.
Did you take my gold top yesterday?
Gold what?
My milk, Mr. Busby. Someone took mine and left me their silver top.
And you feel it was me?
I'm simply asking, Mr. Busby. What was the colour of bottled milk you took out of the crate yesterday?
White, milk colour.
Mr. Busby, I am not in the mood for jokes. I want this cleared up.
Well, it wasn't meant to be a joke.
Thank you. Morning, Miss Peebles.
Morning.
Would you mind coming here for a moment?
Morning, Mr. Busby.
Good morning, Mrs. Lawson.
There's a parcel for you.
I had a couple of blue tips on my window ledge this morning.
Mr. Busby, would you mind?
I did hear you, Miss Peebles. Excuse me, Mrs. Lawson.
Now, if you look closely, you will see 3 different qualities of milk. Red, silver, and 1 gold top. Mine. I am the only gold top here. Now, did you take a bottle like that yesterday or not?
I haven't the faintest idea, Miss Peebles. And I can't see what all the worry and excitement's about. But if it'll help you get through your day, then I'm prepared to plead guilty.
I don't want to be humoured, Mr. Busby. I want the truth.
The truth is I can't remember. I think you're making a mountain out of a gold top. However, so that these little difficulties will not occur again, let us get it quite clear. I am silver, you are the gold. Oh.
Mr. Busby!
Oh, crikey.
You did that on purpose.
Certainly not. I misjudged the distance. Most regrettable. Please take my milk instead, and let me compensate you. What is the difference in price between gold and silver?
1p.
Then please accept this 2 new p for day and yesterday.
Oh, don't be ridiculous, Mr. Busby. It's not the money, it's the principle.
In that case, accept my apologies instead. Nothing explosive, I do assure you.
That's lovely.
Mr. Bronston thinks so too.
Well, if he doesn't, he's got no taste. There's a letter from him, Bronston Jewellery. Perhaps there's a cheque in it for the last lot. Shall I open it?
No, I will in a minute. Dorothy, you're breathing down my neck. Please don't.
A very nice neck. He didn't mind me stroking it last night. Well, go on. Don't let me interrupt. Ignore me.
Oh, damn. Bronston's cancelled his order. Says he hasn't sold the last lot yet. I'll take some samples down to Kensington Market later on. I never liked the man anyway.
You are upset.
I'm not. I said I wasn't. I should know whether I am or not.
Mrs. Lawson!
Oh, God. What is it, Miss Peebles?
I really must talk to you.
Come on down, then.
Mrs. Lawson, I don't like complaining. I did hesitate before coming down here and bothering you, but I really can't put up with this persecution much longer. Look at this.
The blue tits have had a go at your milk.
Mrs. Lawson, I'd hardly be complaining about being persecuted by blue tits. Mr. Busby did this.
Well, it was an accident, of course.
No, quite deliberately, right in front of my eyes. Oh, I realise he's an old man. I don't like to complain. I know we all have to live together. I've put up with the music he plays so loudly every evening. I didn't even protest last week when he took my Guardian and left me his Daily Mirror. But I must speak out now. First, my milk is stolen. Now it's broken into. It's one small irritation after another, and I must insist that you speak to him firmly. Oh, Mr. Lawson, good morning.
Good morning to you, Miss Peebles. No trouble, I hope.
Oh, no. No. It's, but just that my milk seems to be going through the walls lately. But I'm sure Mrs. Lawson can sort it out. Well, I must dash. I'm due to open the library this morning. I haven't even finished dressing yet.
That woman drives me mad.
I never know why she irritates you so much.
She always looks at me as if I'm something the cat brought in.
It's purely defensive.
Well, it's bloody offensive to me.
Purely defensive. She knows you don't like her. You're in a superior position. Therefore, she's nervous. She protects herself with aggression. Can you lend me a couple of quid?
Protects herself, my bum. She dislikes me because she can't work out why I've got somebody like you and she hasn't.
Don't be so daft.
Daft? I've seen the look in her eye. £2 enough?
Make it 3. I'll nip down the Queen's Elm, have a drink with a mate of mine from the market.
Hey.
What?
Aren't you going to take your samples?
Samples? Oh, yes. Yes, I must take my samples.
I hope you like this. I got it specially for you on a 7-day free offer. Now. Aha, you like that, do you? Well, so you should. I'm playing your tune. Da da dee da 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 da.
1604493. I'm sorry, we've got nobody of that name living here. Well, yes, it is number 35, but there's no Mrs. Wilby. No, absolutely not. I'm dead certain.
Mrs. Wilby?
Pardon? I'm sorry, will you hold on a minute?
Someone for Mrs. Wilby?
Yes, do you know her, Miss Peebles?
Yes, it's me. Oh, that is, I'm Mrs. Wilby, actually.
Oh.
Thank you. Hello? Arthur? Yes, it's me. You got my message, then? I hope you didn't mind me ringing through the phone. Oh, just to see how you were, nothing special. Yes, I'm fine. Busy, well, and... I sound different. Do I? Well, perhaps I am. Yes. Yes, I think I could be free tonight. Will you pick me up here, then, about 7:30? It's 35 Mafeking Terrace. We could have a drink and then go out. Yes. It's lovely to hear your voice, too. Goodbye, Arthur.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Lawson. Good afternoon, Mr. Lawson. Oh, please, don't let me disturb you. I'll only be a moment. I'm running terribly late. I got held up in the traffic at Walton. That's his rent for the week. I know you like cash.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Busby.
Any complaints? He's not giving you any trouble, I hope.
Not in the slightest.
Oh, good. I know what it is with elderly people. He does have his eccentricities. Still, he is better off here than with us, don't you think? He likes his independence. When a man reaches his time of life, he should have what he wants. Is he in?
Yes, he's expecting you.
Oh, just look at the time. I've got to meet my husband at Harrods in 15 minutes to look at some new carpets. So I just pop my head in and dash. We're really very grateful to you, Mrs. Lawson, for the way you look after him. You really are a treasure.
Who was that?
Little Red Riding Hood with her weekly basket.
Who?
Mr. Busby's daughter-in-law. She brought the usual hamper and next week's rent. I don't know why I bothered to count it. It's always exact.
At least she keeps in touch.
Like a health visitor. I know, why does she have to tell me every week why they can't have him at home? None of my business, I suppose.
That's right. I'm glad you're taking my advice. The only way to run a place like this is to be completely detached, uninvolved. Oh, seeing as we're in funds, we could have a Chinese meal tonight.
Did you make any progress with that man?
Man?
From the Kensington market.
Oh, yes. Very nearly indeed. Yeah, money's getting tighter in my field. A lot of gloom about. Everyone was going on about a recession coming.
Perhaps we better not splash out on a meal, then.
No, don't let's add to the general despondency. Hey, wear that sparkly thing of yours. You always look nice in that. Yes, we'll start with butterfly prawns, if Busby's rent will stand it.
Poor thing. I'm a bit worried.
Look, I told
His son
you.
didn't come again this week. Well, he'd be disappointed.
But, Dad, they're homemade.
Yes, I know, but I told you last week, they make me burp.
Let's not go into the sordid details. I'll take them back.
Yeah.
I'm sorry Tom couldn't come.
Yes. Why couldn't he?
He had to fly to Edinburgh on business.
He gets about, doesn't he? Last week it was Bournemouth, the week before that, Antwerp.
I know he's just rushed off his feet. He'd love to see you, of course.
Did I like to see him? I got lots of very interesting things to show him.
I'm sure you have. Now, here's a letter from the children.
Oh, that's nice. I enjoy their letters.
It's an invitation.
Oh, yes.
Jimmy's birthday party, the 26th of next month. We'll collect you.
I'll let you know if I'm going to be free.
Well, of course you'll be free.
Well, I don't know, do I? So far off, 26th next month, anything could happen by then. I'll drop Jimmy a line and let him know. Actually, I've got something for him.
Oh, how nice. But you shouldn't have spent your money.
Oh, I didn't pay for it.
Dad, not another 7-day free offer.
Oh, nothing wrong with it. Plays a very good tune.
Now look, you've got to stop sending away for all these things. One day you'll get into terrible financial trouble and we'll have to bail you out.
Well, I don't send for
You
them.
do? You fill in these coupons
Well,
saying
no,
that you
I
have
don't.
it on
Harry
Sunday.
Lomax does.
Who?
My old friend, Harry Lomax, down at the club. He fills in the coupon, giving my name and signing for it.
Forges your signature?
Yes, but that's all right. I forge his. That way, neither of us has to lie. We can truthfully say we didn't send for it. And if firms can't be bothered to come and collect their stuff, well, that's the system. What's wrong with living by the system?
Honestly, one of these days they'll catch up with you.
And one of these days will come with a box and cart me off. Then you can wrap everything up and send it back.
I don't think that's very nice.
No, I'm not looking forward to it either.
Well, I'm afraid I must love you and leave you. Now, there's your apple pie, steak and kidney, lettuce from the garden, your Steradent, and 2 bottles of Guinness. The rent's paid. And I've told Mrs. what's her name, that we're very pleased with the way she's looking after you. Now, be good. No wild parties. See you next week.
Oh, you've forgotten your pickles.
It's not going to work, and you know it.
Mrs. Lawson?
Oh, I'm so sorry to disturb you, but I wondered if I could possibly borrow some ice.
Oh, yes, certainly. Clive, Miss Peebles would like some ice.
Ice? Oh, certainly, yes. Chunks or cubes?
Well, it's for a bottle of white wine. I have a friend coming who likes chilled white wine. I wouldn't trouble you otherwise.
No trouble at all. Have you got a bucket? An ice bucket?
Oh, not really. I don't entertain very much. I thought I'd just put it in the sink.
No, we can't have that. I've got something here somewhere. Left over from my days in antiques.
He's very handy, is Clive. He always has just the right thing for the right moment.
Mrs. Lawson, you must have wondered about that phone call.
Not at all. Why should I?
It's just that I was...
You were Mrs. Wilby?
Yes. But when that ended, I went back to my maiden name. But the friend who rang me knew me as Mrs. Wilby.
I see. He was Mr. Wilby.
Oh, no. No, he was Mr. Hodges. I met him after Mr. Wilby.
Well, shall I go and call you Miss Peebles?
Yes, please.
There we are. This should keep it cold for your friend.
Oh, it's extremely kind of you. I'll return it first thing in the morning. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Mrs... Good night.
June, the glamour of the moon, but there isn't any limit for my love for you.
Mrs. Busby? I wonder if I could possibly ask you to turn your gramophone down just a touch. The smallest possible touch. I'm entertaining this evening.
Yes, of course, Miss Peebles. Sorry. Terribly sorry.
Oh, you can have it on. Goodness me, yes. But if it could be just a shade pianissimo.
Yes, of course. Shade pianissimo. Will do.
Ah, you're too kind.
Really? Thank you.
Not at all. Thank you.
There's a limit to the honey from a bee, the leaves upon the tree.
Mr. Busby, are you going to be much longer?
You'll be all right, Miss Peebles. Hold your horses.
It's just that my guest is arriving at any moment and I must have my bath.
I'm with you, Miss Peebles. Won't be long now.
You coming, Clyde?
Yes, hang on. I'm looking for Mrs. Wilby.
Oh, yes, first floor. Up the stairs and turn to your left.
Oh, thanks. Hello.
Hello.
See that... Evening.
Good evening.
Oh, God, I can't stand it much longer. He must have been in there for 20 minutes. 7:30. Mr. Busby, you have been in there for half an hour. It really is too much. What are you doing in there? You're making me extremely late for a very important engagement. Mr. Busby, will you come out? Oh, Arthur.
Miranda. Well, what's the trouble? You gone already? I mean, you all right? I only nipped in there for a... You don't mind, do you?
No, it's just... do come into my room, Arthur. It's just along here. Oh, gracious me, you gave me quite a start. I'm afraid I'm a bit behind this evening. I couldn't get in... look, the wine is all there. It just needs opening. Do help yourself.
Right.
I won't be more than 5 minutes. You don't mind, do you?
No.
The corkscrew is there.
Oh, great. Here's a lovely drop of plonk. Near Steiner 71. Fancy you remembering my favourite wine. I would have thought you'd have forgotten all about that.
Well, some things you don't forget, aren't there? Well, do make yourself at home. I won't be long.